Oh, it's recording now. You see, it works when it wants to. And then I see the little mics going up.
Yep.
Perfect.
Using the right one?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, which one are we doing first?
We're doing the wrap-up first. The weekly.
The weekly noise. Hello.
Sorry, yeah, not wrap-up.
All right. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to intro it?
Sure.
Go ahead.
I think you're stupid, and I think it's the best book I've ever read.
I'm going to hate you if you actually believe that.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Loud Library. I'm Jacob.
I'm Dantes.
And this is one of our weekly noise videos.
Number 2.
Yeah, our second one. We took a brief break
Because
you were out of town.
I was having a great time.
Yeah, which, speaking of, is that something you want to go over?
Let's do it after. Should we do it in the beginning? Because let's do it after. Let's do it after.
Okay.
Let's talk about books first, and then we can go into like our 2 weekends that we had.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Cool.
All right, you should go first because you read like probably triple the amount I did.
Yeah, I read a lot, and some of them I can't even pretend that some of them are short because they're all kind of chunky. But from the last time we did this, I had a bunch of books I was already kind of like halfway through already. So,
Yeah, that's true.
yeah. So. The first book, I don't even have it here. It's actually in the bag over there. But
Do we need to go get it?
yeah, let's get it. I can cut it out. So, my first book that I finished reading 2 weeks ago, I guess, is A Shadow in Summer by Daniel Abraham. It is the first book of the Long Price Quartet. This is the one that I read because Talking Story was doing it, and I needed to fill out the last box in my bingo card for them.
Okay.
And I know really like this book too, and a lot of people really like the series.
You'll say their names now.
Well, we did in the newbie thing, so thankfully,
Okay.
yeah. Actually, it comes out after this.
You could beep it out.
Yeah. It does come out after this, so the newbie thing comes out Friday, but. So I will beat them out. This is book 1 in the Long Price Quartet. So I hear it gets better. For me, the first book was just fine. Like there was a lot of intrigue and a lot of I like the world and I like the magic system that they used. I didn't find out until later that what the magic system would entail. But I thought it was fine. I gave it a 3.75. Looking forward to the rest of it because I hear from book 2 onwards, it's just whew. It's like you're racing downhill with this.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. The second book is also going to probably be coming up soon in TBR, but called A Betrayal in Winter. So this is the first 2 books. This is A Shadow in Summer and Betrayal in Winter, and I'm looking forward to it. The next book that I read, I don't have because it's a new release, and I have the paperback editions of it, but it's Empire of the Dawn by Jay Kristoff. It is the third and final book of the Empire of the Vampire series. So, a lot of people have issues with it because of the ending.
Okay.
I don't really have an issue with it because it kind of tracks with kind of the characters and how intelligent they are and how manipulative they can be and such.
Okay.
It did take a little bit away from me because I wanted a little bit more, but I'm not going to try to ruin it or anything. But I love the characters. I love the world. The magic system is really fucking cool. And yeah, a lot of action, a lot of things going on. And it's just there's twists and turns, and even all the different perspectives that you get is really good. I enjoyed it a lot. I still gave it a 4.25. And I thought it was a really great way to end the series. I want to get into more Jay Kristoff's work. I hear Nevernight's a good one to get into. As well, but hopefully I'll start that sometime in the future. I'm not sure. It's not even currently on my radar to begin, but if it happens to come up, I'll read it. Do you want to do one?
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
I've done 2. So
well, yeah. Okay. So the first thing I finished up was Crime and Punishment by Dostoevsky.
Good.
It was okay. I don't know. I think maybe I had too big of expectations going into it. I thought it was going to be better than it ended up being for my taste. But I mean,
better than you thought it was going to be for your taste?
No, it was.
Oh, you thought?
I thought it would have been better.
Okay.
But I mean, I don't know. A lot of people like it more than I do. A lot of people who are much smarter than me like it much more than I do.
A lot of people are.
So yes, that's true. So yeah, I thought it was all right.
Okay. I haven't read it yet. Do you mind, briefly talking about,
Yeah, so it's, I mean, I guess slight spoilers, but if you don't know, it's like kind of what the entire book is about. This guy, Raskolnikov, for reasons that aren't very clear at the beginning, kind of murders this woman.
Okay.
Well, murders 2 people.
Oh, okay.
And then just kind of spirals out from there. But something I didn't like is, like, it's supposed to be like, oh, look how paranoid he is about, like, all these tiny little things and tiny little coincidences that are happening. And it's, like, making him so paranoid because he did this thing that nobody knows about.
Okay.
But, and spoiler alert, or maybe you can just bleep this out or something.
Okay.
You find out later that, like, the cop, one of the...
Actually, I don't want to know about the spoilers, so
okay.
Let's just stop it right there. I don't want to hear about the spoilers, but... so something happens that you're just not...
That it
didn't jive.
Yeah, but not just didn't jive, it, like, undermined a lot of what the book was trying to do.
Oh, okay.
In my opinion.
Okay. And you have wrong opinions, so it's fine.
Sure.
All right, so the next one I read, I don't have it here. I have the actual nice broken binding edition of this book. It is the second part of of Magician.
Oh, yeah.
Magician Master by Raymond Feist. That one... So again, I read Rift War Saga, which is those 3-4 books when I was a kid, and I remember them very fondly. I went into this book expecting another 5-star, loving it, nostalgia read, great. It wasn't that for me. I thought it was... I felt like there was a pacing issue, and the story didn't jive with me as well as the first book. The first book I loved. I still loved it. I still gave that a 5-star. This one I gave a 5-star too, but it's more like a 4.25. There were some pacing issues. There was like some structural issues with the story that I didn't really quite enjoy as much as I did when I was a kid. I love the world. It's still great. The characters are great too. And the magic is super cool. I mean, it's a soft magic system, so you don't really understand exactly how things are working, but great way to end the first book. And I know the next 2 books are going to be, I think, a step down. Not like too much, but I still recommend reading Rift War Saga. It's still like classic fantasy and still worth everyone's time, I believe.
Okay.
The next one I read, I have here, and it's book 2 of the Children of Time series, Children of Ruin by Adrian Tchaikovsky. This book was... I actually felt some like very tense horror themes in this. Like I actually was getting kind of like sweaty under the collar for this. A lot of people will say that it kind of rehashes a lot of what happens in the first book. It's kind of like a rinse and repeat. I don't think so. I think it does enough to distinguish itself. And again, with the introduction of some of the new entities in this book and the backstories of that other group that you find, you see, so like you have the people from the first book kind of like then interacting with someone another group in the second book, and I found it very tense. I liked the exploration of one of the characters in the first book and how they, I guess, giving them their own agency, because they were a little bit more of a loose cannon in the first book. So I like this more than the first book because I was able to actually feel a little bit more tense, a little bit more horror stuff, and I enjoyed some of the characters a little bit more. I like this one, gave it like a 4.25. It's around the same rating that I gave Children of Time, but super enjoyed it.
Cool. My other 2 books, I think we both read.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if we want to save that for later, if we just want to do it.
No, let's do it now.
Okay. So one, I believe we both read, The Secret History.
Yeah, I have it right here. It's my next one.
Oh, okay, great. What did you? I know you liked it a lot more than I did.
Oh my god, why didn't you like this?
I thought
is
it was
pretentious.
I thought it
max.
was okay.
I thought it was great. Okay, so I mean, you want to talk about?
Sure.
So I can shit on you later.
So the book is about a group of college students. One of them is coming in kind of as an outsider, and stuff happens. I don't know how to talk about it without spoiling like key parts of it.
So I'm gonna say that the reason why I enjoy this so much is because it reads like a Greek tragedy. So you're supposed to know the story beforehand, and it's explained in the prologue.
Yeah, that's true.
So what happens is that these college students murder one of their friends in the same college group, and it's kind of it's the story of how this outsider, Richard, and he's the only one that comes from the West Coast, only one that comes from like an urban setting. Everyone else is kind of like more affluent, more high class, and a little high society. And he's kind of seen as this outsider coming in, and it's kind of the story of how he got into to join this group, be part of this group, and then obviously
how it got involved
the after
in
fact
everything.
of
Yeah.
everything happening. So yeah, continue.
I mean, I don't really know what to say. I just kind of thought it was all right. I mean, like, it was interesting, and I was, like, interested the entire time, but I never really felt, like, really pulled into it and, like, super invested in anything. I don't really know. I'd have to think about it. I finished it yesterday, so
Okay.
I'd maybe have to think about it a little more before I could have, like, more coherent thoughts on it, but I was just kind of like, yeah,
Well, we're gonna be doing
right.
we're gonna be doing a review for it. So
Okay, sure.
me personally, I love this book. This is one of the books that I said recently before our top 10 non-SFF books came out that I wish I had read before.
That was one of them.
This is the one that I would have
Okay.
added immediately. So again, and I had the same kind of things where I had to like mull over my thoughts about it because there was just something that I was not quite clicking with. And after talking to a few people and researching other people's like thoughts and everything, it was like realizing that this is a Greek tragedy and you're supposed to understand this, like it's not that you don't know what's going to happen. It's just you're supposed to find out how we got to this point and
Sure.
how our characters kind of like deteriorate. It made me just really appreciate it even more because I'm not like a super fan or anything like that, but I do appreciate those old Greek tragedies. And I completely fell head over heels with it. It's super atmospheric. It's not the first Dark Academia because I hear there's one that comes out like in the 80s. But this is like, I guess, pinnacle Dark Academia. You're with these students that going into a not private, but like a very small college in North Vermont. This outsider, Richard, again joins in tries to join this group of kids studying Greek, the Greek language, the ancient Greek language. And he comes in very much of an outsider, not part of the group. And you kind of start seeing things are not as the narrator. It's a very unreliable narrator as far as the story goes, and you start realizing more of how unreliable he is in the second half of the book because some of the things that he's describing it starts to get tainted.
I wouldn't call him unreliable.
I think it's very much like Gatsby. I think it's very much he's up his own ass in the first part of the book and very much in love with this group of friends, and then the second half is like, oh, you start seeing the cracks in the foundation.
Yeah, a little.
I mean, it all starts going to shit, and you start seeing like
Yeah,
all the
I mean,
coming
the
out.
second half of the book gets like unhinged.
Yeah,
like
I loved it.
Okay.
I super loved that, and I like again. I highly recommend this book. Please read it. It was part of a book club that we are in, and I'm super happy that I read it. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people recommended this to me, and
It was fine.
you're wrong. I'll do another one, and then the next book I
Sure.
read, I don't have either. It is the third book of the Legend of the Latte series. It's Brigands and Bread Knives by Travis Baldree, right here somewhere.
No.
Yeah, it's right there. And I read this.
I thought you were
No,
gesturing
I'm
at my.
doing this.
I thought you were gesturing at my bookshelf.
Jazz hands.
Okay.
Yeah, Travis Baldree, Brigands and Bread Knives. It is another kind of like standalone story set in this world, this cozy fantasy world that Travis created, starting off with the Legend of the Lattes and then going into bookshops and bone dust. It follows a character it mainly follows a character that you meet in bookshops and bone dust, and kind of seems like she's having a midlife crisis. It's not like the first two where it seemed like it was more focused on the cozy aspect and very sensory details and kind of like getting you to fall back into this. This is a little bit more action. There's like a quest going on. And I thought it was fine. I thought it kind of diverted itself from the original two. I know people said that the second one also diverted itself from the first one, but I felt like this one was more of a diversion from the kind of the general atmospheric cozy vibes that you would get in the first two books.
Yeah.
But I still enjoyed it. Again, super quick read. It was something that you kind of just put on and go about your day, or just like pick it up and like read a couple chapters and put it down. Still give it around 4 stars, but I enjoyed it. And then the one I read after that was Perfume by Patrick Suskind.
I haven't heard of this. What is
a German book set. It is a German book that follows. Like I thought Secret History was weird. I was weirded out more by what happens at the end of this book.
Okay.
So it follows a child in France, I believe. Yeah, in Paris, France, where I think it's somewhere, I forgot what, like early 1900s, late 1800s. I'm not even sure what it is, but it's that time-ish. And this child doesn't have a smell to him and kind of creeps everyone out. And then it's just this child has extra sensory like sense of smell, and he starts like kind of being devoted to like smells. And again, this is a classic, so it's real long ass. Well, I think it's written not too long ago in the 80s or something.
Okay.
But how do I go about this without explaining? It's this child loves to smell things to the point where it becomes like an obsession for him, and he finds people and he wants to make smells out of them. And it's kind of like he's really... if you want to find a book that kind of takes you into the mind of someone that doesn't feel human, this is a good book for that, because this guy was just weird to the extreme. And then the ending of this book was so weird that I'm just like, of course this is written by someone that's German. Like I started hitting up some of my friends. I'm like, what the hell is this crap? I don't understand what's going on. It was super weird, but I actually heard this book before, because he goes around like murdering. It's like a murder thing.
Okay.
So he goes around murdering people for their scents and everything. And I still give it like a 3 something. Again, super weird, not too heavy of a read, and yeah, you really kind of get weirded out by a lot of what this guy is going on in his head, and the responses that people have to this gentleman.
Okay.
Do you want to go with the next one?
Yeah, another one I believe we both read is Strength of the Few.
Oh, awesome.
By James Islington. I don't have a physical.
That is also over there.
You want me to grab it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Strength of the Few, and I flipped it around. I'm not using that new cover because I have the original one, and I like the original cover better than this crop. Yeah. So, Strength of the Few.
I didn't like it.
You didn't like it.
No.
And you're absolutely wrong.
But I didn't like the first one.
So, I saw that you recently changed your rating on the first one, because you had it originally as a 3, and then you dropped it down to a 2.
I think so.
Yeah.
Because I think I had it at... I think I've gone back and forth on using 0.5s. So I think it might have been at a time where I had it at a 2.5, and then I had stopped using it, so I went and changed it. And then when I started using 0.5s again, I didn't change it back. But so the first one is probably like a 2.5 for me, maybe. 2.5. And that's like kind of the same where this one is for me. So
yeah, with my rating with the first one, so I guess if we're going to be talking about this one, I'll just briefly talk about like the first one.
Sure.
So this is book 2, Strength of the Few, by James Islington. And it's Islington, not Islington. I don't know why people... I've heard him say his name. I don't know why people keep on like getting confused by it. The first book is One of the Many. I thought... I wasn't as hyped as everyone else was about the book. I think it was a fine book that I enjoyed some aspects of it, so it kind of pushed it to like a better than fine, like a 3.5 area. And then the ending of that book kind of gave a lot of promise for the future books. And I've heard that about his books, that like he does better in making connections in his later books with the beginning that you're still kind of iffy about. Mm-hmm. So I raised it to like I think a 4, more or less. I like this book more than the first one.
That's interesting, because I also like it more than the first one.
Okay.
But I hear a lot of people who love the first one think that this is worse.
Yeah, I think they're wrong. I think they...
Okay.
So this one, I will say it's better written than the first one. I think it is.
Maybe I just don't remember how poorly the first one is written, because I think this is written very poorly.
I think the structure of it is very sloppy. So this is where my issues come in with this book. I think structurally it's worse than the first one, because you are jumping between 3 different perspectives. So I guess spoiler for the first book.
I don't think you need to say anything about it.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about it anyway.
The first one is 1 POV. This one is 3 POVs.
Yeah, 3 POVs, and then so I think pacing wise, and so it suffers from, in pacing because of the structure of the book. And I was talking to other people. I think telling them like I think I would have preferred it if they went in this direction, and they seem to agree with me. And by the way, I have the version that it's written incorrectly. Hierarchy is written incorrectly.
Hierarchy? Yeah, I saw that online.
There you are. Perfect. There you are. Oh, you saw it a little bit, but who cares? It's written incorrectly on the spine.
I heard, but I saw people were saying it was written incorrectly on the first one.
No. So in the first one, it just says book 1.
Oh.
Yeah, it doesn't even say the hierarchy. And then I heard that James, because of the pitfalls that he fell into the Canius trilogy, that he's not calling it Hierarchy trilogy. He just called it Hierarchy because he recently just said that it's going to be a 4-book series. It seems like it's going to be more of a 4-book series than a 3-book series, depending on just how how long or how well the other two books go.
That's weird that they misspelled it because they spelled it right here.
Yeah, they spelled it right on the front, but not on the spine.
That's so weird.
And I think it's just on the green version, not on the opposite version.
Huh.
Yeah, I mean publishers. So yeah, I enjoyed it more. I felt like there was some. I think I enjoyed the characters a little bit more, even though they felt a little bit more flat than they did in the first ones. But I'm guessing I'm just bringing that over from the first book. It's like, oh, I have these connections, and there was some kind of like there were some good moments in here across the worlds. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it had its good moments. I still think it was very bad. I think it's poorly written. I think there's narrative choices that are just baffling to me.
I can't wait to do the review and talk about this with you. So watch the review.
Yeah, and I just don't like it. But I knew going into it I wasn't going to like it so much because I didn't really like the first one. And I think my theory is a lot of people, maybe not you, because you say you like this one more, but a lot of people who are like, oh, this one wasn't as good, but is still giving it like 4 stars. I'm like, are you just like, is it just the love of the first one carrying over?
I think that's also probably they're colored by Lacanius as well. Because I haven't read Lacanius yet. I'm going to be reading it maybe in December, if not January, for sure. At least the first book. And again, a lot of people say that he does tie up a lot of like loose ends and stuff. I heard the second book.
But I don't even think that's the problem with this. Is the thing. I don't think it's like a ton of loose ends and stuff. I will talk about it more. I'm baffled by some of the things that were chosen.
I give it 4 stars. Great book.
I gave it a 2.
Okay.
I haven't said my star rating for anything else, but
yeah. So the next book that I have, and we could just do do you have any other ones after this?
No, I haven't read anything else. I haven't even read any comics. I haven't.
Oof.
Yeah, it was a weird week. Weird couple weeks,
Yeah. The Blackfire Blade by James Logan. This is book 2 of the Last Legacy. Yeah, Last Legacy series, I guess. It doesn't say trilogy or anything like that. The first book is Silverblood Promise. So, I like Silverblood Promise more on retrospect. While I was reading it, I think I had read a couple books that had too many snarky characters, and in the first one I felt like there was a lot more snarkiness than needed to be. I don't really care about like all the snarky characters and everything. This one really picked up for me. This one I enjoyed all the characters a ton more, and while I think the only thing that this did worse than the first book, and it's not to say that it did anything bad, is that the city in the first book, it starts with an S. Does it say it here in the back? It doesn't say it on the back. The city in the first one, I liked a lot more. It felt more alive to me. This one was fine. I liked it. It didn't detract from the series, but the characters, the plot, just the overall vibes of this book, I enjoyed way more. I actually got emotional in this book. There was a part near the end that I was like I got chills, and then I went back to like reread it because I was in the middle of doing something and just to make sure, and I still got chills rereading it. I really love this book. I think if you're a fan of the first book, you're going to love this one, and I highly recommend just starting it off. Again, I think his debut book was Silverblood Promise, and go ahead, please read this. Look at this cover. Look at the city. It's like the city of spires, Korsakov.
Okay, cool.
I enjoyed it a lot. And then, the last book the last novel, because I did read a short story, is The Odyssey by Homer. I had read the Iliad back in late summer, maybe early fall. The Iliad, I found, was not what I expected it to be. I gave it like a middling score, but this one I absolutely loved. I think it was better told than the Iliad, better exploration of a specific character, I guess, because it's not just like, hey, these people fought. This one actually like told the story of Odysseus and his journey back home. And I had read this in high school. I like this one a lot. Following, again, spoilers, like this follows Odysseus after the Battle of Troy and his journey back home, where it takes him 10 plus years. I think the Trojan War was 10 years, and then it took him 10 years to get back home because he slighted the gods. And I really loved it. I loved kind of like, I didn't realize how much of the ending is him slaughtering everything.
Oh, yeah.
It was just such a good chunk of the end. And I had a great time with it. highly recommend you reading at least the Odyssey. I don't even think you need to read the Iliad. I think you can just jump into the Odyssey and enjoy that.
Yeah, I think so too.
And I
I
chose
also
Robert Fagel's translation.
Yeah, I think the Odyssey is better. Also, I would be interested. I want to try a different translation because the one I read most recently, which is the first time I had read it since high
The
school.
Wilson one, which is right here, actually. You can see.
So yeah, I didn't. I'm not sure how much the translation impacted my enjoyment of it because it's written very strangely.
The Penguin Classics version, so the Robert Fagel's translation, it's written more for readability and has a little bit.
Yeah.
It kind of goes half and
All
half
of
with
Penguin
accuracy
is- yeah.
and poeticness to it. I think Fitzgerald is a more poetic version of Homer's translation, and then Wilson is just very accurate. And
That's what I've
I hear
heard.
it's stilted because of that.
Yeah, that's what I've heard also.
Yeah. And then the last thing I read for the last 2 weeks, and I finished it last night, was Tales of the Sun Eater Volume 4. Because I am going to be going into the last book, Shadows of in Time, and I wanted to get those. I've read all the short stories, I read all the novellas, and I thought it was fine. I thought it was good. Two of the short stories in this book I had already read before, and I'm not sure what the hell happened in that last short story. I was really confused about what was going on in there, but I thought it was fine. Sun Eater, it was good to get that just before I get into Shadows Upon Time, and yeah, three something. I think the two short stories I read before were the best part, and the first one was really good too. So
Okay, cool.
all right, you want to go into our currently reads? What are you currently reading, Levy?
Well, I just finished The Secret History. So
Okay.
I haven't actually started anything yet, but I think I'm going to be starting the Planet of Exile by Ursula K. Le Guin
Okay,
and White Teeth by Zadie Smith.
I saw that one. I think you brought it up. You showed it at one point because I think you had it.
Yeah,
here
it was
somewhere.
on my TBR in the TBR video.
And I just looking at the cover of it, it really interested me, and I wanted to get into it. And then our friend Ola was saying that I should read it too.
Yeah, I think he just finished it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So White Teeth, and then anything else?
Yeah, Planet of Exile, and then hopefully, if I can, but I'm not sure with the time and stuff, start The Just City by Joe Walton,
Oh, okay. Cool.
which is one I'm really excited for.
I think we were talking. Someone hit me up in one of the Discords. I forgot which one, and they were saying that they really liked the word for world is forest by.
Oh, it was a
Ursula K. Le Guin.
YouTube comment.
Yeah. Okay. There it is. It was a YouTube comment, and I really wanted to. Again, I want to take some time away from sci-fi, Le Guin sci-fi, but I'm hoping to maybe get back into it with that one in the future.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much I like it based on your complaints of her, because from what I've heard, that one is almost directly allegorical for the Vietnam War.
I mean, I don't mind allegory so much. I just feel like most of her sci-fi so far has been. It could have been an essay. Instead of it, especially Left Hand of Darkness, could have been just an essay because there was no narrative in there that I enjoyed at all.
I haven't read that one
Yeah.
yet, but we'll see when I
And
get
then
to it.
Dispossessed, I like Dispossessed a little bit more, but it just didn't. Narratively, it kind of fell for me. It fell short for me.
I disagree.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think that could have been an essay.
Okay. No, that one I don't think so. I think for sure Left Hand of Darkness, but that one was fine for me.
Okay.
My current, I started. Let me see. I actually started 2, and I have 2 more coming up that I'm hoping to get through this week. Or I don't think I'm going to get through because they're fat books, super fat books.
Oh yeah.
So
I saw you bring them in, and I was like, "Oh fuck."
So the first book I'm reading, and I'm reading an ebook and immersion. All of these I'm usually reading immersion wise. Is Fledgling by
Oh, you told
Octavia
me.
Butler.
Yeah, you were telling me about this yesterday.
And I know I told you this yesterday, but now that since you mentioned this to me before, I cannot unsee it. So this is Octavia Butler's.
This is your second book by her you've read.
No. We've done 2 books by her.
Oh, it's your second
No.
different narrative. No.
So I've had 4. No, I've read 4 of her books.
Okay.
So again, I've read these books right here, except for the last one, which is
We read 2 of the Xenogenesis.
Dawn, Adulthood Rights, and
Imago.
Imago. I haven't read Imago.
I
yet.
haven't either.
I've read Kindred, and I read Parable of the Sower. I have Parable of the Talents, which I'm going to be getting into next year. And then I'm reading this one, Fledgling, because I was asked to. And it's her vampire book. And since you mentioned this with her other books, I cannot unsee it now, where she has a weird thing about a young female person like in a relationship with a much older man. Again, it doesn't bother me so much when it's in like Kindred or Parable of the Sower, but this one was just, it really kind of like took me out, and I start laughing when I see it now. But it's a vampire story. You're following this young, very young, I guess, not young looking because she's 50 something years old, vampire, and her like, I don't know what to give away, but it's essentially like she's a new type of vampire and people are after her. And yeah, I mean, I like Octavia Butler's writing. It gives me like visceral reactions a lot, especially in the Xenogenesis trilogy.
Yeah.
And I'm enjoying it. It's good. I'm about halfway through almost. Hopefully I can finish it up by today or tomorrow. But yeah, I don't really have much else to say to it. I think it's going to be, so far, I think it's going to be like a middling book. And I don't, not to say this bad, but I think it's like a 3-something for me. The next book I am reading that I currently started, I started last night, is Shadowed Upon Time. The seventh book? Yeah, the seventh book of the Sun Eater series.
That is so much bigger than I thought
it
was.
It is so thick. Look at this chunky boy. And then you have Hadrian, obviously, kind of just like blowing up. He doesn't even eat the sun. He's blowing up the sun. What is that? Anyway, I'll talk about it a little bit more, but this is my copy that I received at the Sun Eater Gala.
Yeah.
I have it signed by a bunch of people, and it was like, again, the event was super great. I had a bunch blast over there and met so many cool people, and we'll talk about it just after this segment. Okay. But it starts off actually differently from the other books.
I heard that.
And I was wondering like why he decided to do it like this, and then I realized he had to do it like this because if he's going to keep with the same narrative structure or the same narrative as the other books, he had to start it off like this. So I'm in it. I think I'm only like 8 or 9 chapters in, and hopefully sometime this week I can finish it.
Cool.
With Fledgling, hopefully when I finish Fledgling, I can get into this other book. I don't have it here. It's Guns of the Dawn by Adrian Tchaikovsky. Our friend Kendall says that she hates this book. But
I read it with Kendall.
Okay, and did you like it?
It was all right.
It was all right? Yeah, I'm hoping to actually like it because a lot of people say that they loved it. And
yes, I know. I'm surprised.
I think because of you guys, memory is a weird thing, but I think because of you two, I actually took it off of my TBR, and then everyone else saying that they loved it, I brought it back on, and I'm going to read it now. So I have the ebook already ready to go, so I'm looking forward to that. I hope it's not that big, but who knows? And then the last one that I have set, which I don't think I'm going to finish this week, obviously, unless like I do nothing for the whole holiday weekend, is To Green Angel Tower by Tad Williams, which is the third book of Memory, Sorrow, Thorn, and third book of the Austin Ard universe.
World. Yeah.
I mean, look, you thought that this was big? I have these two chunkers going back. They're about the same. I think this one's a little bit bigger. To Green Angel Tower, I don't imagine myself finishing it. I hope to start it at least this week.
Yeah.
It follows Simon and a bunch of his friends. It's classic fantasy, evil taking over the world and them trying to stop it. The second book I enjoyed. Some people say they fell off of the second book because it's very transitionary, where it's just connecting the first to the first and third book.
Okay.
Transitionary is not the word I'm looking. Transitive, but yeah, I'm enjoying it. I like the slower. This is a very slow burn of a book. I have a friend right now, Angel, that she's reading the first book and she's loving how it's going and how much of a slow burn it is. And I hear great things about this last book. It was, I think, at one point split into, well, not at one point, because I think mostly it's now split into two, part 1 and part 2, because of how thick it is. But luckily I got this copy from Salty, and it's a nice thick book, so I'm going to enjoy that one. And yeah, those are my 4 books I'm going to be currently reading, hopefully this week.
Cool. All right, so you want to talk about what you did last weekend?
Yes. Do you want to talk about your thing first, or then...
What was my thing?
I
was just home.
Oh, you were just home? Did you watch anything? Did you play anything?
I don't watch much. I've been watching Abbott Elementary still with Danny, and that's been fun. And then I play TFT.
Okay.
And that's kind of it.
How's that going for you?
It's going all right.
Not the best.
I'm excited for the set to change. I don't know if you know anything about TFT.
I played it here and there.
Okay, yeah. There's different sets and stuff. I'm excited for the set to change.
Okay.
This one has gotten a little stale to me.
Okay. Yeah, I think I haven't played TFT in maybe like 2 seasons. I'm not
Okay.
sure. So it's been a while for me. I mean, I used to play League once upon a time too. Like, but I haven't played League. Like, I actually like traditional League because I sometimes played ARAM since I think Orm or like one of that cat champion came in. Whatever. Yumi. There you go. So for me, I've been catching up on podcasts. I just finished listening to the last 2 episodes of Not Another D&D podcast. I listened to our friend Ollie's podcast of Nah, That's What I Call Science. But the big things I did was last weekend, not this weekend, last weekend, I went to Raleigh, North Carolina for the Sun Eater Gala. And I met a bunch of great people over there. Pretty much everyone went to North Carolina for this event that Christopher Araki was hosting for the 7th book of You know what? I don't know why I put it on the bottom of the stack because I wanted to show off all this stuff here. But I'm gonna just take off the cover. And yeah, it was a great time. I arrived Friday, met a couple friends. We went to a food hall, started meeting everyone there, and then afterwards we had a reservation for bowling. Went to bowling, met more people over there, and then afterwards we went across the street to Yard House and met more people. And I just got to I want to just shout out the people that I met. There's a bunch of channels and a bunch of like different names here. Mm-hmm. So first of all, Talking Story, John and Jacob Minton, met them at the bar afterwards. To the Ramble, Austin and Richard, met them there. Mike from Mike's Book Review, met him there. Preacher from Book Street Boys, Books, Beverages, and Bestie, Sharilyn Tabatha, I met them there. Jake from Nerd Level Rising, met them there. Chance, I met. Shaye, Zachary Shaye, I met. I'm going to just say the names because whatever. Samwise, I met. Jay from Hathaway Reads, I met. Noelle from Noelle D. Justin from Justin Grissom, he's another booktuber. V, I met from Valette Reads or Val Reads. Alex from Iskandria. I think he has a different name, but like his channel is Iskandria. And these 2 guys that Sharilyn met on the plane, Cameron and Drew.
Okay.
They were going to the event, and they also have like a channel. It's called Devil's Rest Book Club. And man, there's someone here that I am trying to remember. T.O. Oh, Tom Orange. There you are. Fucking Christ. I'm like, Tom Orange. So again, all these people were super amazing, super nice. I'm going to link their channels in the description because I think everyone should just go and sub to them. They were so much fun, super kind, super generous with their time. We all had a great time. No one was weird, which is, again, I kept on saying over and over again. I'm so happy that everyone was like welcoming and kind and generous with their time, and nothing was just... It just felt like a good time with people that, like, you know how it can be weird meeting people online and everything? These people were genuinely nice people, kind people, and I had a great time with it.
So nothing like you.
Nothing like me. Yeah, I'm super awkward, super weird. A couple other people that were there, Riggs, Carson, Pat, Dom, Albert. I think one of Richard's friends, Dom, is also there too. Patience, Salty, Coop, Rachel, and Owen. All these people were super kind, super generous. Yeah, all these people were just... I had a great time with all these people. And so... At the end of the Sun Eater Gala, which happened on Saturday. I went to brunch with a couple people, Amy Minton and a few others, and then we went to the Sun Eater Gala. And that event, like, it was... First of all, it was like 5 hours of just like nonstop, like schedules and everything.
Yeah.
Christopher Rocket goes on stage talking about taking a Q&A. You had Mike emceeing the event, so there was like a Q&A portion. There was just talking about everything in general. Then we had dinner. To the Ramble, iWizard, John, and Mike went on stage to do like a mini podcast while everyone was eating. Then afterwards, Christopher Rocco came on again to do a couple more things with Q&As, and then he introduced his next project, which is a fantasy series. I forgot what the fantasy series is, but you can see that
the Doom Song Saga.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah, something like that. I forgot. I think the Amaram or something like that is the character's name. But yeah, you can see that he was super hyped for it because as he's doing this like Unreal Engine like trailer that he's doing, he's like fist pumping. He's like pointing at the thing. He has the music down, and you can see that he's super geeked about it. And again, Christopher was super nice. His wife Jenna was like a bulldog. She was like, hey, we're coming in here. I'm taking care of this. Things didn't go as smoothly as possible, like with check-in, but like you see, she immediately came in, made sure that things were moving along and promising people. And she was just a very sweet person. I actually had her sign the cover of the book for me, and you can see that Christopher also signed the book here. Jenna's here, and then I had a bunch of people just signing. There's only one signature here that I kind of regret, but you have all the people just signing here. You have Austin, Jay, Tom, Pat, all these people just signing, and a lot of people just went around using it as a yearbook to get everyone in there. And I'm going to keep this book, obviously. I was planning on getting rid of it once I got the Broken Mining edition because I didn't want to have like multiple copies of this. But because of this is just like a nice little like souvenir treasure that I had. And of course, we have the big ones here. We have the big ones. That's probably Coop. Oh, Coop. I know. Tabatha up here on the top, and then Sharilyn just signing big. Yeah, it was a great time. Had a blast. After the event, we went to bar hopping and after party, and we went from like one bar that wasn't the vibe, then to another. We actually went to a brewery. I think it's called Crank Arm Brewery, and it was a lot of fun there. We closed the place down, and then we went to another event. And we went to another bar that we tried to get into, but it was apparently closed off for a wedding. And you know, like I wasn't like leading this or trying to like hosting it, but like I was trying to help like facilitate people getting there and stuff. So letting people know where we were at. And I saw that the place was closed, but due to a private event, I think due to a wedding. But everyone was on the inside. But there's a large patio section on the outside. So I go up to a manager and I try to like kind of like. Just the Miami way, just like try to see, hey, can we possibly like, what do we have to do to get us for you guys to service us out on the outside? We won't interact with that party. We'll make sure that we're distanced and all that stuff. And they were just kind of very strict about that. And I was telling the story, and this is the only negative of the event is that I was telling the story to someone. And as we're walking, I'm like mentioning, oh yeah, Miami, just like, hey, how much do I have to pay you so you guys can help us out and service us? Because we don't want to keep on walking, changing bars and stuff like that. And once this person heard that I was from Miami, from that second place to the third place, he was making brown jokes to me the entire time, and I didn't appreciate it. And people were just coming up to me and like, hey, are you okay? And all that stuff. I was good. I'm a big fucking man, but I didn't appreciate that guy, and fuck that guy. And then we closed it off at the last bar, which is called Rally Times. I had a great time over there. I heard the food was good, like the chicken and fries were great over there. And yeah, it was a great event. I had a blast, and I'm sorry for being super self-indulgent with this and taking time. But yeah, I can't stress to you how much fun and how great the people that I met over there were. I'm going to link all these people that I kind of mentioned in the top. If they have any socials where it's not like their personal socials, I'm going to link it in the description. Mm-hmm. And please go sub to them. They're super great people. And I can't wait for the next one. Awesome. Because they're already talking about the next one. Obviously, I don't want to do anything right now, but hopefully in the future I want to do something.
The next one be for what? His first book of the new one?
No, not for Rocky, but any event. Any event where we can all get together. So, yeah, that was last weekend. Do you want to start talking about what we did yesterday?
Yeah, so we just not just got back, but we just yesterday went to the Miami Book Fair, which was a great time. It was way bigger than I thought it was going to be.
Super big.
Yeah.
I actually had seen it because I was traveling for work. Oh, not traveling, but I went to downtown, and it was in downtown Miami, and I went to downtown for work. I already saw that half the streets were blocked off and closed off and everything. So I was just like, I'm going to take the metro to get to downtown. So,
yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, because it was crazy, like finding parking and stuff there. I and my fiance and her friend were late because we couldn't find parking. Remember? Yeah, we got to see Art Spiegelman talk.
Yes, awesome, super nice guy.
Author of Mouse. Yeah, he was really great and engaging.
You want to talk about Mouse really quick? Just I think more people should actually read this.
Yeah, so sure. Mouse, if you haven't heard of it, it's a very critically acclaimed graphic novel.
Great.
About, and I believe it's been a while since I read it. I believe it recounts it's kind of like his family's time.
Yeah. It's him actually talking to his father.
To his father,
but
it's
story that I hear from his father.
From his father about his family's time in
Auschwitz.
Was it Auschwitz?
Yeah,
or was
yeah.
It? Okay, but in a concentration camp during World War II. Mm-hmm. And just everything that happens kind of everything that happened there, and then the way it impacted their life after and stuff. It's a really great, touching story. Yeah, if you haven't read it, you should go check it out. It's an incredible story. And yeah, he was a super nice and just incredibly engaging guy.
Very engaging.
You left to go see another talk.
Yes.
But me and my fiance and her friend waited in line to get the book signed.
Which thank you so much for getting that for me. I got mine,
and
I'll put it on the.
And we were like, oh, this is kind of taking a while. And then when we got up to him, we learned why, because he was just he talked with us. He was very engaging. He answered questions about everything, and he was just a super nice guy.
Yeah, super mensch. Yeah. Like he was just like, I hear he's just, like he was just engaging with everyone, having like actual conversations with them.
Yes,
Not just like, oh, exactly. Hey, bye, and just
not just signing a book and being like, get out of here.
Yeah, that's great for you.
Yeah, and then do you want to talk about the other talk?
Yeah, so I immediately went from the Art Speaker One talk, and I gave you my book so you can get it signed by Art. And I went to the Masters of Horror lecture that was being held by, it wasn't being moderated, so it was 3 authors. It was Quan Berry, Stephen Graham Jones, and Paul Tremblay. They all recently just came out with books, horror books, and it was a great event. I've only read Stephen Graham Jones, and I read 2 of his books, which is I Was a Teenage Slasher and Buffalo Hunter Hunter. And mostly he was talking about Buffalo Hunter Hunter, but
that's the newest one, I think, right?
Yes, I think so, yes. Yeah, they were super good people, super nice people. They were super engaging. Had a great time, like listening to them talk about their craft. I actually was able to go up and ask the question about. So the girls, Sharilyn especially, she talks about Stephen Graham Jones, and she read more books about him, and she talks about like that she loves kind of like how each of the stories has these this continuing theme of like personal grief and dealing with personal grief and such. And I was able to ask a question in regards to that, and how they feel like, do they take their own personal grief into writing these stories and help amplifying the horror of their stories. And they all, when I went to get signatures of the books afterwards, were super like, they thanked me for the question, and they were super engaging, and they had a great, they were just very nice people. So and it was a great time. And then afterwards, I think we kind of just went around, we ate a little bit, and we went around to different stalls.
Then we just went around looking at there was a huge marketplace of authors who were there. Some were signing books and stuff, like as they were selling them and stuff. Like publishers and book print and imprints and stuff were there. A lot of small presses and stuff, which was really cool.
Yes.
Local bookstore in Miami, Books and Books, was there with a huge table. What else?
A lot of people selling,
a lot of artists and stuff.
A lot of artists, a lot of people selling like book adjacent stuff. Yeah, it was a great time.
Yeah, it was really awesome. I'm looking forward. It's probably something we'll probably do every year.
I think so.
Now that I know about it.
Yeah. It was a really good time. I've obviously seen it in like online and stuff. I just haven't. I've always been busy because it's always around this time, Thanksgiving time. So I'm always busy and doing stuff. But I was able to. I'm glad that you helped me go. I actually almost got. I was telling Richard and Austin this. I was thinking about getting Nettie Okorafor's Death of the Author and having her sign it and then sending it to them.
That would be awesome.
But it was a great time. I had a blast. Do you have anything else that you did? I think that's pretty much it for me.
No, I think that's it for me too.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you so much I know there's a long one, but thank you so much for joining us. Hope to see you on the next one. Let us know what you're reading currently, any books that you've read recently that you really enjoyed, and anything that you think that we should either watch, engage with, anything that should be on our radar.
Yeah. And please like and subscribe. It really subscribing is probably the biggest thing you can do to help a channel our size.
Yeah.
And we've grown so much faster than I thought we would, and I really appreciate everybody who has helped out with that. And I appreciate every single one of our
And comment down below, who do you who's right about Strength of the Few, or who has better takes? It's definitely me, but
it's not. The Strength of the Few is a bad book, and you will see. That book baffles me.
Mike loves it. Mike hated the
first book. He didn't
hate it, but he.
No, he hated it. He's the reason everybody thinks that, Mike.
You know why? It's been so crazy. A Preacher he's getting a lot of hate because he found it good. He found 3.5 or whatever, and he's been getting a lot of hate for it. But Strength of the Few, good book. Yeah, thank you so much. Bye, everyone.